Our top story this morning, India has achieved what no other country ever did. India has set a vaccination world record by administering 2.5 crore jabs on Friday. Simply put, India has administered doses to a population that is more than 5 times that of New Zealand. Now, China, which previously held the world record for most inoculations on a single day, has been left far behind after India's stunning record. The government has made it clear that Friday's feat is only the beginning. Now, the centre's vaccination roadmap says that it aims to complete 100 crore vaccinations in the first week of October. Moreover, the centre says it is capable of supplying jabs to all states without any delay. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said that every Indian will be proud of the record vaccination numbers and lauded healthcare workers and doctors for making the vaccine drive successful. Prime Minister Modi will be interacting with healthcare workers and COVID vaccine beneficiaries of Goa later today. Prime Minister is likely to mention Friday's mega vaccine milestone during his interaction. And here's an exclusive report on how India now plans to go about hitting the 100 crore mark in its vaccination drive. Government sources have laid out the plan to India today. Now, how they intend to build on the momentum of the vaccination drive in the country. Take a look at this report.
100 crore vaccinations. That is the target of the Indian government, and that could be reached in the first week of October. Government sources have told India today that at the current pace of vaccinations, India could be very well touching the 100 crore mark in 20 days. Government sources say that they prefer the 7th of October as the preferred date for marking 100 crore vaccinations in the country. The reason being, 7th of October marks 20 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in public office. He was, of course, serving as the Chief Minister of Gujarat before he became the Prime Minister in the year 2014. The month of October is expected to be a good month for the country in terms of vaccinations. Health Ministry sources have said 3 vaccines are in the 3rd stage of trials, and gradual rollout will add to India's capacity in a big way. The government has also strategized improving vaccinations in areas where cases are high. Sources have said that Kerala-Karnataka border, for example, will see improved vaccinations in the next few days. On the agenda, 100% vaccination. At least the first dose for poll-bound states of Uttar Pradesh, Goa and Uttarakhand. More so, by the end of September, 1 crore doses of Zydus Cadela's COVID-19 vaccine will be ready to be rolled out. Zydus Cadela Zycov-D is the world's first DNA vaccine against COVID-19 and can be administered to children between the age of 12 to 18 years. The government is also expecting to receive 20 crore doses of Covishield from the Serum Institute of India this month. Last month alone, the Serum Institute provided 19 crore doses of Covishield. As many as 3.5 crore doses of Covaxin from Bharat Biotech is also expected. Additional doses to replenish exhausted stocks in states is also very doable now. The Health Ministry says this was not the case earlier, when often the vaccination drive would be stopped because of unavailability of vaccines. Government sources have also said that as early as 23rd of September, there could be emergency use listing granted to homemade Covaxin, which will give India's first indigenous vaccine a much-needed boost. In New Delhi, Sneha Murdani for India Today.
Now, are the estranged allies Shiv Sena and BJP joining hands again? Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has set tongues wagging after he referred to Union Minister Rao Sahib Danve as his future colleague. Addressing an event in Aurangabad, Uddhav pointed to Danve and said that if people like him join hands with him, he will be his future colleague. Now, later, he clarified that time will tell who joins him. However, the Shiv Sena dismissed speculations and said that more leaders from the BJP are eager to join the Aghadi alliance.
आणि एकत्र आले तर भावी सहकारी आणि जमलेल्या माझ्या बांधवांनो, भगिनींनो आणि मातांनो,
देखिए, अगर उनको ऐसा लगता है कि इन सहकारियों से मुक्ति मिलनी चाहिए तो मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि एक प्रकार से एक अच्छा रियलाइजेशन है, क्योंकि जिस प्रकार का भ्रष्टाचार आज इस सरकार के माध्यम से हमको देखने को मिलता है, तो शायद कहीं ना कहीं मुख्यमंत्री जी को इसका रियलाइजेशन हुआ होगा। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की भूमिका बहुत स्पष्ट है, हम विरोधी पक्ष में काम कर रहे हैं, हम कोई सत्ता के पीछे दौड़ने वाले लोग नहीं है।
भावी सहकारी, हाँ, तो उसका मतलब है बीजेपी के कुछ लोग हमारे महाविकास आघाड़ी में आ सकते हैं। ये उनका कहने का मतलब समझ लीजिए आप, हम छोड़कर कहीं नहीं जाएंगे।
And there's more trouble for former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh in the inhaftagate. The Enforcement Directorate has now moved court against the NCP leader for failing to appear before the agency despite summons being issued to him 5 times. Sources in the Enforcement Directorate said that Deshmukh was untraceable and the agency had no idea about his whereabouts. The move comes after the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate carried out searches at Deshmukh's residences in Mumbai and Nagpur. The probe agency had also carried out searches at the residence of Deshmukh's personal assistant and secretary. Meanwhile, the prosecution complaint filed by the Enforcement Directorate against Deshmukh points to a complex web of 13 companies through which money was allegedly transferred via illegal means. Further, unaccounted money had been infused in one of the companies controlled by the Deshmukh family, and then the same had been channeled to other companies for expanding the business empire of the Deshmukh family. It has emerged that various unsecured loans were given within the web of companies without any agreement. Sacked Mumbai police officer Sachin Vazay has implicated former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh in the extortion scam. The Enforcement Directorate charge sheet in the case claims that the former minister allegedly used the police to extort money from bar and restaurant owners. Here's a report.
More skeletons out in Maharashtra's Inhaftagate scandal. The Enforcement Directorate charge sheet in the case gives chilling details of the extortion rackets allegedly run by state ministers with the help of Mumbai police. The charge sheet is built on the statement given by sacked police officer Sachin Vazay, directly naming former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh, who's under investigation for alleged money laundering.
In his statement, Vazay says, "I had compulsion and political pressure to save my job after getting reinstated in police force, which resulted in doing these dealings on the instructions of Shri Anil Deshmukh."
Vazay claims that while Deshmukh asked him to extort money from various bars and restaurants, he himself got no monetary benefit out of the operation. The ED charge sheet, running into thousands of pages, alleges other Maharashtra ministers too were making monetary benefits through illegal schemes run by them. The ED charge sheet claims Shiv Sena leader and State Minister Anil Parab allegedly gained 20 crore rupees from reversing transfer postings of some policemen. These police officers were shunted out by then Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh. Both Parab and Deshmukh had refuted these allegations.
इनको कैसे पता था कि सचिन वाजे ऐसा कोई खत देने वाला है? इसका मतलब यह है कि सरकार को बदनाम करने के लिए जो रणनीति बनाई गई है और महाराष्ट्र के मंत्रियों को बदनाम करके सरकार को बदनाम करना है।
मेरा कहना है कि जब परमवीर सिंह जब मुंबई पुलिस कमिश्नर थे, जब वो कुर्सी पे वहां बैठे थे, उस टाइम उन्होंने क्यों नहीं आरोप किए? जब उनको वहां से उनका तबादला किया गया, उनके सस्पिशियस भूमिका की वजह से उनको वहां से पदमुक्त किया गया, उनका दूसरी जगह ट्रांसफर किया गया, उसके बाद में उन्होंने मेरे ऊपर झूठे आरोप किए।
Vazay's statement also elaborates how the money was delivered to Deshmukh. In January 2021, Shri Anil Deshmukh called me on my WhatsApp number from his personal mobile number and instructed me to hand over collected cash till date to Shri Kundan Shinde. Further, Shri Kundan Shinde immediately called me and asked me to meet him outside the guest house, namely Shahayadri, where I came in a black Mercedes car and handed over 5 bags carrying collected money, approximately 1.60 crore in denomination of 500 rupees, which he kept inside white Mercedes car of minister. The statement gives details of another alleged handover to Deshmukh. In the month of February 2021, Shri Anil Deshmukh again called me on my personal WhatsApp number from his personal mobile number and instructed me to hand over collected cash till date to Shri Kundan Shinde. Further, Shri Kundan Shinde called me and asked me to meet him near Raj Bhavan Signal, where I went in a black Mercedes car and handed over 11 bags carrying collected money approximating 3 crore rupees in denomination of 500 rupees, which he kept inside black Scorpio staff car of the minister.
The case against Anil Deshmukh is yet to be fully investigated by the agency, as Anil Deshmukh has not been appearing before them in spite of the many summons sent to him. Similarly, Anil Parab too has only been seeking time in spite of the summons sent to him as well. Now, after all these two high-profile names, it will be worthwhile to watch how many more names crop up in this particular saga. With cameraman Sunil Vaidya and Divya Singh in Mumbai, Vidya for India Today.
Now, as Taliban rule has returned in Afghanistan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent a most direct message cautioning against recognizing the Taliban. He has also raised alarm over their weapon haul. Here's some more.
अफगानिस्तान में सत्ता परिवर्तन इंक्लूसिव नहीं है और बिना नेगोशिएशन के हुआ है। यह आवश्यक है कि नई व्यवस्था की मान्यता पर फैसला ग्लोबल कम्युनिटी सोच समझकर और सामूहिक तरह से ले।
Prime Minister Modi did not mince words when he addressed the SCO summit on Friday. It was the strongest statement coming out of India on the new Taliban government in Kabul. So far, the government has been cautious in its views on the change of guard in Kabul. But the Prime Minister did some plain speak in front of an audience that included President Xi Jinping and Imran Khan.
आज भी हम अपने अफगान मित्रों तक खाद्य सामग्री, दवाइयां आदि पहुंचाने के लिए इच्छुक हैं। हम सभी को मिलकर यह सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए कि अफगानिस्तान तक मानवीय सहायता निर्विघ्न तरीके से पहुंच सके।
India has reasons to be worried. An unstable government in Kabul makes it vulnerable to any spillovers.
बड़ी मात्रा में एडवांस वेपन्स अफगानिस्तान में रह गए हैं। इनके कारण पूरे क्षेत्र में अस्थिरता का खतरा बना रहेगा।
Modi also made it clear that it was in the interest of all nations that terrorism emanating from Afghanistan must be stopped at any cost.
अगर अफगानिस्तान में अस्थिरता और कट्टरवाद बना रहेगा तो इससे पूरे विश्व में आतंकवादी और एक्सट्रीमिस्ट विचारधाराओं को बढ़ावा मिलेगा। अन्य उग्रवादी समूहों को हिंसा के माध्यम से सत्ता पाने का प्रोत्साहन भी मिल सकता है। हम सभी देश पहले भी आतंकवाद से पीड़ित रहे हैं और इसलिए हमें मिलकर सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए कि अफगानिस्तान की धरती का उपयोग किसी भी देश में आतंकवाद फैलाने के लिए न हो। इस विषय पर सख्त और साझा नॉर्म्स विकसित करने चाहिए।
At the SCO summit, the Prime Minister signalled India's stand on the new government in Kabul. He said the world too must act with caution before recognizing the Taliban rule. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the Prime Minister's 6-minute speech at the SCO also delivered a stinging message to China, highlighting that everyone must respect the territorial integrity of all nations and connectivity projects must be based on mutual trust. An apparent dig at the China-Pakistan economic corridor.
सबसे बड़ी चुनौतियां शांति, सुरक्षा और ट्रस्ट डेफिसिट से संबंधित हैं।
A resounding message on his 71st birthday.
और इन समस्याओं का मूल कारण बढ़ता हुआ रेडिकलाइजेशन।
A message directed at the region at large.
अफगानिस्तान में,
but was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's message pointed at one nation in particular? Everything that has happened in the last 2 years points directly at China.
पहल लेकर कार्य करना चाहिए।
For starters, the return of the Taliban has been perceived as a victory not only for terror sponsor-in-chief Pakistan, but also for China. And that may be the crux of what Modi is pointing at. While Pakistan has always supported the Taliban, China emerged as a sympathizer and a friendly big brother in 2019. Political expediency, because experts believe the Taliban and China need one another. China is worried about the insurgency in the Uyghur-dominated Xinjiang region. The East Turkestan Islamic Movement, or ETIM, is a Uyghur Islamic fundamentalist outfit that operates from the China-Afghanistan border region. Keeping the Taliban in good faith, China can extend its pet project, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, through Afghanistan, giving it deeper penetration and access to Central and West Asia. And while the Taliban in Pakistan turn a blind eye China's own brutal suppression of Uyghur Muslims, Beijing is perceived as conveniently soft on a terrorist state. China persistently puts principles on the back burner for expediency, with a track record of blocking sanctions against terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar at the United Nations Security Council. It was only after intense global criticism and ridicule that China finally gave up in 2019. As India Today has reported, Pakistan appears keen on drawing the Taliban and the Islamic State Khorasan towards Jammu and Kashmir to foment trouble in the Union territory. If China and Pakistan join hands with the Taliban to train guns at Jammu and Kashmir, there will be serious implications for India's security situation. So while terrorist groups gain power in Afghanistan, led by a movement known for terrorist war crimes, China happens to be thrust into the spotlight. Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. It's raining money in Bihar. A school student in Katihar district was shocked to find 900 crores credited into his bank account. Another student had 62 crores as his bank balance. Take a look at what happened next.
You have witnessed people becoming crore-patis overnight. But what if you wake up one fine morning to see crores of rupees credited to your bank account? A true windfall. This is what happened to 3 people in Bihar. Asit Kumar and Gurucharan Biswas, school children from Pastya village, Katihar district, were living a life in obscurity until a visit to the bank. And this is what they found as their bank balance.
हम आधार कार्ड लेके खाता चेक करने गए थे ना कपड़ा लेने तो मेरा खाता में इतना 905 करोड़ आया था आधार कार्ड लेके गए थे ना खाता चेक करने के लिए मेरा ना 62 करोड़ रुका है खाता में
But Asit and Gurucharan remained crore-patis only on paper, that too for a few hours. The bank dismissed the statement as a software error.
उन दोनों अकाउंट को हमने स्टेटमेंट निकाला तो एक अकाउंट उसमें एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता है, जबकि एक अकाउंट में जो असित कुमार के नाम से बताया गया 100 रुपया उसमें बैलेंस है, गुरुचंद्र विश्वास नाम है, उसका सही अकाउंट निकाला तो उसमें 128 रुपये बैलेंस पाया गया। कोई टेक्निकल एरर हो सकता है, हमारे बैंक में इस तरह का कुछ नहीं।
A similar incident happened miles away in Muzaffarpur as well. Ram Bahadur Shah was left shell-shocked when he went to check his pension account. The bank balance showed a whopping 52 crore rupees.
52 करोड़ रुपया हमरा खाता पर कार से तो चाहे कुछ लाभ होय के चाहे।
The police authorities have initiated a probe into the incident.
कल सुबह इस मामले का जांच करके और जिस बैंक में उनका अकाउंट होगा उस बैंक को उसका सूचना दिया जाएगा।
Crorepati's for few hours. A cruel joke or a pleasant coincidence? Asit, Gurucharan and Ram Bahadur Shah are back to their normal lives after their brief tryst with fame. With Mani Bhushan in Muzaffarpur and Vipul Rahul in Katihar, Bureau Report, India Today.
That's all we have for you in this bulletin. For all news and updates, log on to indiatoday.in or download the app. Thank you so much for watching.